Those are the 5 things. So set your intention, keep it simple, find community, do your research, and document in some way. So it's January 2024, World Carnivore Month. And I wanted to give you some tips and tricks and things that in mindset ideas that I really tried to concentrate on as I did carnivore for all of the previous year. All of 2023, I did the carnivore diet. And here are some tips, tricks, and I hope that this will help you if you are starting out on your journey. So I started in the middle of January last year. I did not know anything about carnivore until, I just Googled, I just went on YouTube and put in elimination diet, and that's how I found it. So I didn't know anything about World Carnivore Month, anything like that. That was not why I started in the middle of January. It just happened to be, I was trying to lose weight, that kind of thing. So I suggest you set your intention. If you are starting carnivore during this month, this big month of January, set your intention and, for instance, set an attainable, goal of, okay, I'm going to try this for 30 days. Because this is usually a very big shift in people's, way of eating. If you're coming, because of you want to lose a lot of weight, or you want to heal some autoimmune issues, or you feel like you just feel so sick because of a previous way of eating. When you set out, have a small attainable goal, say, 30 days, because you can always extend it and say, oh, I want to do this for 90 days. Or you can go back to, just revert back to what you were doing before. And then after a full 30 days, I moved on to 90 days. In the first few weeks of your, this change, I suggest you do a lot of research. And that really can depend on, what you're trying to do. If you're trying to heal from chronic illness, that's autoimmune based. I have a few of those. That's one of the things I was doing. If you're trying to heal some, lifestyle disease, reverse, type 2 diabetes, heal from that, or, weight loss. I was trying to heal like a few things. I was trying to lose weight in the very beginning. That was what it was, and heal like an autoimmune flare up. The other thing that ended up happening was it healed after about 60 days. I realized it had healed my high anxiety and had really helped. So I would suggest doing a YouTube search and to research. There are people that have made videos, and there are people that are in forums and have blogs and that kind of thing that have been doing 0 carb, no carb or just low carb for years and years. Kelly Hogan has been doing it a long time. Carnivore Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, she's been doing it a long time. We're talking 14 years, that kind of thing. So there are the long-term low carb, no carb, people. There's the aspect of, medical doctors. Dr. Barry, of course, he's probably the most prominent family physician that, has a lot of information on YouTube. So if you have kidney issues, liver ill, non-alcoholic fatty liver, gout, everything you can think of from a medical physician standpoint, Dr. Barry has done a video on it, and it's very interesting. There's also anecdotal, what I consider more anecdotal people that have been living this lifestyle for 4, 5, 6 years, everyday people that make content and share about their lives and how they sustain, years and years of an unconventional diet. Laura Spath is one of them who has great content. And like I said, it's considered anecdotal because, there's not like scientific studies based around her, but she lost a lot of weight. There are a lot of people that make videos of delicious recipes and different ways to have variety in a carnivore diet. And just, it's a spectrum. So, specifically who comes to mind is Anita, ketogenic woman. She is so sweet. So Anita's channel for, if you're like, I can't figure it out. Laura Spath for long-term sustainability on carnivore and just all around well-rounded. Also, Larry and Cassie from Carnivore Quest, they're great. They have documented their journey, and they've been doing YouTube videos for years, and they're very relatable. And so that could be very freeing for you. It's very freeing for me. I know that if I don't have anything, if I just don't have it, it's just not is an option for me. I do much better than thinking, oh, maybe I could just have one of these or just have a little bit of this, because what happens is it just makes me obsessively fixate on whatever that is, and I just can't do it. So my strength is abstinence, not moderation. And maybe your strength, maybe you're not like me. Great. Also, keep it simple in the beginning. Buy meat you can afford and that you like. I did not do that. Like I said, I went all or nothing. And so I started buying very bougie cuts of meat that I had never even had. I tried lamb. I bought really high-end, high-quality lamb, and I don't even like lamb. I had never even had lamb. And, so don't do that. Keep it simple. Start with affordable meat, ground beef, 80-20 ground beef, eggs, cheese if you're going to do cheese. Decide what you think you can tolerate. Bacon, eggs, ground beef, hamburger patties. You can get 100% hamburger patties in the frozen section at most grocery stores, and they will say 100% beef, chuck roast, things like that. Those are some of the things that we eat. We eat a lot of eggs, a lot of ground beef, and then we just add in steak. We don't eat steak every night. And if you don't like fatty red meat, like you don't like, the ribeye cut because you're not accustomed to eating fatty red meat like that, start with what you do like. Start with maybe if you like steak and you want sirloin that's a little bit less, because most likely if you continue on past 30 days, maybe you'll decide, oh, I really like the benefits that I have noticed. I'll go ahead and do 90 days. Then you can do beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. That's a great way to start, but you don't have to get really complicated and get, fixated on doing lots of different things unless you enjoy that. I don't enjoy making a whole bunch of food, so I would prepare food and batch cook things so that I knew, okay, this day I'm going to work and there's going to be a lot of food that's going to be tempting. So I want to make sure I know I have food and that it's ready for when it's ready for me. So like that's hamburger patties, bacon. Now, if you enjoy baking and cooking, go for it. If you smoke things and grill things, go for it. Do it. I do think it's important in the beginning, especially if you're, decided to do it for 30 days, to keep your goals small. Don't try to eliminate everything all at once. That can be difficult. And then that can be also, I think that, for me, I would struggle, especially in the very beginning, I struggled with perfection. Don't let perfection be the enemy of progress. It's going to take some time. You didn't get sick overnight. You didn't get, overweight overnight. You're not going to heal everything overnight. Give yourself some grace and know that your body is resilient. It can return to a state of health. Our natural state is not a state of illness and sickness. It is health. And you are the one that can be in control of your next move. And don't live in the past and think, oh, I shouldn't have done this, or learn from those mistakes. I stumbled several times over the last 12 months, but it's important to just keep going. Don't think about, oh, I could never do this for 5 years. Think about one day at a time, one meal at a time, progress, progress, progress. Also, I would say I want you to do some research and be aware of some of the obstacles. Some people do have trouble with, if they switch, especially if they don't ease into it and switch just all or nothing, with like keto flu or transition, things. But do the research on YouTube so that you're aware of them. This way of eating can be a spectrum. I feel like if you just cut out a lot of junk, lower carb intake, cut out seed oils, limit sugar, those are great steps forward. Don't be so concerned with, oh, well, I have spices or I have coffee. I have coffee. I don't have spices. I don't tolerate spices very well. So everyone is different, and you have to figure out what is sustainable for you. Especially a lot of the bigger creators or, influencers in this space do have communities that you can join. A lot of them have, free communities, free interactions, that kind of thing. And that can be very helpful and supportive. So find someone that that resonates with you, that kind of thing. That's very beneficial. Also, I would suggest trying to document some of the changes, document in some way. I'm not a journaler. I'm not going to journal. It's just not how I am. And that can be, the idea of documenting can be very daunting, I feel like, but write it down, put notes in your phone if you're like a young millennial. Just kidding. Just put document in your phone, journal on paper if you like to journal. If, make videos. I did not do very many documents or phone notes or anything like that. But around April, about month 3, I did start making videos and I was super nervous. And I thought, even if you don't show anybody, you don't have to show people pictures and tell everybody, your starting weight and none of that. You don't have to show anyone, but at least you could have it for yourself. And then if you decide to start documenting, you have your notes. So set your intention, keep it simple, find community, do your research, and document in some way. So those are the 5 things. The last thing I want to leave you with is, it doesn't matter how old you are. Your illnesses don't define you. And especially the number on the scale, neither does the number on the scale. The next video I'm going to release is probably going to be about what my goals are or some intentions I have for 2024. Thanks for watching. Bye. Age doesn't matter. Your illnesses don't define you, and neither does the number on the scale. Happy World Carnivore Month 2024.